We have a champion on the line, Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla. Joe, congratulations. How are you?
All right. Thanks, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Joe?
Good day outside today.
A beautiful day out. It's not your
now
type.
It's a good day.
Oh, okay. Now the season's over.
Now
Joe,
you can enjoy the weather.
Yeah.
Exactly. Beautiful day out.
How was the North End last night? Saw you with the trophy walking around, and people were clamoring to you.
It was fun. I think it was important. I thought one of the biggest strengths of our team this year, and really a goal, continue to strengthen the connection to the city and really take on the city. And so, we're going to do some more of that today. And it was just fun to bring that to the people and let them know that they played a huge role in supporting us and helping us get there. So I think one of the biggest strengths of just the city of Boston is the strength of the people and how they support us.
So the city is going to maybe see a few more appearances of the trophy today. That's what you're telling us.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, so that's the plan.
How's your knee, Joe?
It's about as good as it could be until I get it fixed. So I'm in good shape.
How come you didn't tell us about it?
I wanted to keep it on the down low. It was we didn't need to talk about it during the season. There's more important things,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How was the trip to Miami? Did you have fun?
It did have fun. I think, I think like relationships, I say is like the biggest thing. And the best thing about the Celtics is like the alignment between ownership, front office, really the city, ownership, front office, players, staffing, downtown office, everybody. And so, being able to just take 24 hours and be with everybody from different departments and share stories about the season, make fun of each other. I thought it was really fun. And it was awesome to see the guys, enjoy themselves and smile and take it all in. NBA is a long year. It's stressful for those guys. It's hard, it's long, and to see them just have a sense of joy was that was fun.
Yeah, and initially, Joe, it was like a head scratcher to us. Oh, flight to Miami at noon, and we've done a lot of parades around here. There's been a lot of championships since the turn of the century. And you guys are really like the first one within 24 hours to get on a plane and leave and go elsewhere. Like,
really?
Bruins would stick around. They'd rip it up. They'd go to Foxwoods here. Patriots would stick around till after the parade was over. So this was a higher up thing, right? So Wick and Pags sort of planned this quietly and said, we're going to reward the whole organization and take everyone. Fair to say that?
It was them. And it was good to just take 24 hours and just kind of spend time with each other, Had a great team dinner. Guys got to hang out. So, and I think that like the piece about just having everybody there, front office, players, coaches, sports science, strength and conditioning, security. I think the biggest strength of our organization are the relationships and the people that we have.
It's only been a few days, Joe, but how is your life going to change now that you've won and you've got an NBA title to your name?
I think the goal is to try not to, right? I think the thing that keeps coming back to me is just like perspective. Like just because you win a championship doesn't mean that you're, better than other people. I think that's important. And, have an understanding that like the difference between winning one and not can literally come down to one play, 5 plays, 10 plays, an injury, a non-injury. And you got to create your own opportunities, but, things have to go your way as well. And so I think it's more importantly just like focus on like the things that we can replicate from this, the togetherness, the toughness, the mindset, the gratitude. So like really just kind of focusing on those things and, that shouldn't change much.
But inevitably, your profile is now raised. You are instantly more recognizable.
People notice you with us now.
You will not have any doubters about your ability to coach in the NBA and win at a high level as you've now done. Those things have definitely changed, even if you don't change.
I think they've changed for the temporary, but that's not something you want to rely on as you're growing and getting better as a coach in an organization for a long term. So this was, I think we're on a journey, and I think that's been the coolest part since I've gotten here with the Celtics. It's been 4 years, but we've had so many experiences together, so many wins, so many losses, and it's a journey. And so it's not like, hey, this was this year, and then next year it's like it's a completely different season, and it's all a part of where we're at. And so we've had a great nucleus of people together for a long time. So there's going to be more ups and downs throughout it, and I think you just continue to keep the perspective and I think going after greatness is kind of the thing that's like I'm ready for. That doesn't mean winning. That just means going after greatness. Building the relationships, practicing, executing, doing all those things that lead to winning. Like, how long can you just kind of do those things over and over again and see where it takes you?
Do you ever end up talking to the doctors about Kristaps Porzingis?
I didn't know we had those. I didn't even know we had doctors.
Did they make the trip to Miami? Did team doctors get to, you said the whole organization, did they get to make the trip?
No.
No, they didn't make it. No, they didn't make it.
So
I introduced myself to him on the stage after the trophy.
Nice. That's good. You
did.
finally got around to meeting them, huh?
Yeah.
That's good.
So really, Joe, the way this thing shook down, like he was told probably he couldn't hurt it any worse, right? Like the injury's pretty bad, couldn't hurt it any worse, and you guys and he wanted to be part of ultimately was what was going to happen in Game 5. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, no question. Like, he wanted to be a part of it. He wanted to. I think the biggest thing about these guys is like they want to add value to winning, and in many different ways. And I think that was one of the biggest strengths of this year's team was every guy was open-minded to adding value to winning, whatever that looked like on and off the court. And, KP prides himself on being a great teammate and wanting to do whatever it takes to win. And it hurt him to be out as much as he was during the playoffs. But with an opportunity to win it, he wanted to, even if it was for 2-3 minutes, he wanted to add value to winning. And so it's a credit to him. And I think that's the mindset that all the players have had is like, whatever we got to do to win, we're going to do it. So that was just one example of it. But, I was grateful that he gave it what he had.
How weird was Friday for you? As the coach. As the coach.
What day is it today?
You guys lost badly down in Dallas on Friday night.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
That
was so much fun.
But that game's gone, and you waved the white flag, pretty early in that game. Was the mindset of the team like, we're just going to go back and we're going to win this thing on Monday and just put this thing to bed?
I mean, I think the one that was probably I think Game 4 was. It was on all of us, but I think that was on me. We kind of talked about that after Game 5 of releasing the tension a little bit. And when you win Game 3, you are just emotionally and adrenaline jacked. And you're like, okay, like we're so close to achieving what we want. We've got to end it now. And I think, I kind of, played a part in creating this small sense of like, we got to end it now. We got to end it now. We got them right where we want them. And that kind of took away from some of the freedom, mentally, emotionally, and the joy that we had all year. And so I knew it as soon as kind of we pulled the guys, and I was like, yeah, we gotta just change just our approach a little bit heading into how many ever games are left. And it's the guys did a great job bouncing back, but just creating that sense of joy and that having an understanding of the opportunity that we have. It was a good lesson. I think Game 4 was a really good lesson, and I thought the guys bounced back tremendously.
We're talking with Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla. The parade happens tomorrow. You excited to ride a duck boat, Joe? You ever been on a duck boat? Let's start there.
So the staff, we did a duck boat tour. We kind of spoke it into existence, and I was like, we're going to start the season with a duck boat tour. So the staff took one. Most coaches retreats, guys go away, go to the beach, go to Cape Cod, go to different places. We did our coaches retreat in downtown Boston. And, because we had new staff members and we were creating this identity of building a connection to the city. And I was like, we're doing our staff retreat in Boston. We're going to dinner in Boston. We're going to a Boston hotel, and we're going to do the duck boat tour so we can understand the city and the history. And we need to know what this is really all about. So we did one at the beginning of the year, and we're going to end one with one.
Huh. Doc Rivers did something similar, but he did it with players at the start of 2007, 2008. He took those guys on a duck boat tour, the big three at the time, and said, this is the parade route. This is it.
I heard that.
This is what we're chasing. So those guys have been on one. But it'll be a little different tomorrow. I don't think you'll be learning so much about the history as you will the people, the crowds.
Which is a huge strength. And I'm really excited to see how the people just support the players and support those guys. Like, that's going to be awesome. Like, I think the coolest thing about coaching is watching a group of guys sacrifice everything, which I thought our guys did. I thought it went underappreciated. The mindset and the humility and the sacrifice that the guys did throughout the season. And it's going to be really fun to watch them enjoy that. And, I really don't even want to do anything other than have like a bird's eye view and just watch our guys. Watch the people enjoy it. Watch the staff enjoy it.
Did you have a moment with Brad when it was all said and done? And did he get drunk in Miami?
I don't think did he go? He didn't go.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
No, he had. They were doing like workouts.
Oh, that's right. He had 5 guys in for workouts
the next day. Yeah.
Yeah, some people got to work. We can't just take days off like you guys do throughout the whole year.
Beetle.
You know.
Oh, here we go.
McCone hung up on this guy last week.
Well, I've never hung up on you before. That's for sure.
Don't worry, Joe. He won't argue.
I did have a moment with Brad, and I'm forever grateful. And I mentioned this, and I'm not sure how much it was played, but there should be just as much credit, gratitude, and into the people that came before us, and Brad's staff, Ime's staff. And one of the things that was on my heart, as we were going through this process, was like, there's so many people who played, for the Celtics and worked for the Celtics that had to carry the burden of having to win, or your job isn't quote unquote validated. And those people kept coming up for me, because it can be so hard to work in an environment to where nothing's good enough unless you win. And what the staffs and the players before us, they set us up for this. And I think it's important that everybody knows that. And Brad's a part of that. We're one of the best defensive teams in the league since he got into the league, because of his ability to coach defense and set the foundation. And we use that foundation to kind of be as creative as we are now. So the guy that shaped the players, that's just super important.
And also made some of the roster moves that made this team what it is the roster the reason and the difference between this year and winning it all and what it was a year or 2 years ago?
Listen, I think time, yes, like the players we have this year, like we won because we have great players, we have great talent. And so, but that, again, over the years, 10, 12 possessions don't go your way on other great teams. But yeah, the players that we have, they did it. They sacrificed. They worked hard. There was nothing more important than the relationships that they had with each other. There's nothing more important than winning. And so they're the reason why we won.
When you hear a guy like Derek White say after winning the title that you changed his career, what does that kind of mean to you?
That means probably more than the actual championship itself. I think after we put the trophy in the case, it goes away, and you start next season in a few weeks. But the relationships that you build with people, that was one of the goals that I had. Is when I was in college, I said I want to be around the best players, and I want to try to get them better and build relationships with. So what the guys said about our staff, we'll be forever grateful for, because the players gave us the ultimate gift. They gave us trust. They gave us buy-in. They gave us their ear, and they trusted us to put them in great positions for them to succeed. And a lot of coaches at levels don't get that, and you can't take that for granted. So I appreciate what he said, and our staff appreciates what all the guys said and gave us. They gave us an opportunity to coach them, and then they won it for us. So thank you.
You came to the defense of Brown and Tatum, I think 2 weeks ago, and you're pretty emphatic about it. How much did you enjoy seeing them sort of get over the hump now, where they've been trying to get to this point? And obviously, Jalen got the 2 awards, but how happy are you for those guys and moving forward with them?
Yeah, look, I'm happy for the whole team. Really, I'm happy for the whole team. I'm happy for Al, what he's done in his career. Happy for Al. But those 2 guys, they carry the burden of the organization probably more than anybody. And they carry the successes of the organization as well, but they carry the burden. And you have 2 of the highest character superstars that you can have, which become the cornerstones of your organization. And, that should be the focus. People shouldn't be trying to do anything other than highlighting. And I said this before, in companies, everybody in companies, we're always, searching for leadership. We're always looking for the next leadership book, or the next leadership guru. And everybody's talking about humility and sacrifice and selflessness and making people around you better. Well, guess what? There was been 2 examples in front of our face the entire season. That's what those guys have done. They've put the Celtics first. They've put each other first. They've put winning first, and they've always done it. And, none of us really deserve anything in life, but if there's people who do deserve things, it's our team, and it's definitely Jason and Jalen.
Al Horford's journey to this ring, 17 years in the NBA. He's 38 years old. Is he coming back next year?
I haven't had a chance to talk to him. I'll let him, talk about that in his career. But I'll tell you one thing: I don't know. I don't think he'll ever retire. that guy will play until he can't walk anymore because of how much he just loves competition, how much he loves the Celtics, how much he loves being around people and their professionalism. So I haven't talked to him. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but that guy, I could see him playing for a long, long time.
Obviously, an instrumental part of this team. And with Kristaps having the injury, and you mentioning just a moment ago how soon the next season will begin for you guys, is there concern that Kristaps won't be available at the start of the regular season next year?
I haven't met. I don't know who the doctors are. I'm still
you
trying
got
to
to meet
figure
them.
out.
Yeah, you got to follow up with them. Yeah, can you find those guys?
I gotta find those guys and get their emails and kind of figure out where we're at.
Stop going out to eat.
What's your timetable for rehab here with the knee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to have to do this year?
So I get surgery here in a week or two. And, using surgery as like training camp. So, once I get surgery, we'll lock down into like 2024, 2025 mode and just use that whole month to just get back after it. So I can't wait to just get back into the fight or flight mindset and, get ready, get back to war.
So speaking of war, like getting out of this rehab, that you will be shelved from the Jiu-Jitsu competitions.
Hold on. You got to set this up.
What?
You got to ask Joe first.
I know he does the jiu-jitsu.
Joe, have you seen Jiu-Jitsu?
No, what is this?
See,
Oh my
that's
God.
where you got to start.
Okay,
so you
yeah,
can't just
all
throw a
right.
term
Yeah,
out there
right.
without him knowing. Because
right.
we didn't know what it was until a couple of days ago. But Jiu-Jitsu is Brazilian jiu-jitsu that takes place and begins with two individuals sitting in the front seat of a sedan, and then the fight takes place inside the car.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
Seatbelts and everything, Joe. Locked in, like in choking necks and choke outs and all
That makes a ton of sense.
Joe, I think you might enjoy it.
Yep.
I think you might.
All I can think about is why wouldn't you want to restrict space and access and have to fight for your life, under difficult circumstances where you don't have there's nowhere to run. There's nothing better than that.
There's nowhere to go. You're serious. You think this is a great idea. You understand
I'm dead serious.
Yeah. And
I completely understand that.
It's
if you're gonna fight with the guy, you can roll away or take a break. Like, no, there's nowhere to run right there.
Joe, you'll find out about your team. Garden Garage, you get like 12 cars, and you lock them all in it, and you see who the survivors are.
I mean, I've begun the process already, working on some themes and concepts heading into next season. I'm not quite there yet, but I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think that's the worst idea.
Right.
Yeah. Jiu-Jitsu. It's you can legally gamble on Jiu-Jitsu in the state of New Jersey now. The gaming commission the gaming commission is recognizing it as an official sport now. So
that's great.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Hey, Joe, you've been everywhere with this trophy. Last question for you from me. Is this thing heading to Rhode Island at any point?
I probably relinquish control of this thing here after today.
Okay.
And it goes kind of probably back to the players and their ownership. Who knows what's going to happen to it after the parade? So I'm going to make it down there. Again, the connection for me in hometown is there was so much support from Rhode Island and people in Johnson that I appreciate. And so I'll definitely be down there at some point, but I'll probably lose control of this thing here in the next 24 hours.
Is it like the Stanley Cup? Everybody gets a day? Is that what happens with it?
I have no idea. We're kind of just going by the shit. We're just figuring it out.
Okay. Make your own rules,
I'll tell
man.
you what, though, it's going to have to wipe it down, though. It's been around.
Yeah.
Very handy.
Someone needs to polish it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. All right, Joe. Well, congratulations again.
Hell of a run, man.
Great job.
Hey, I enjoyed the year with you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for what you guys do.
See you soon.
We'll be at Hurricanes tomorrow if you want to swing by after the parade.
Come on
Joe.
by. Yeah, hang out.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Live show, Joe. Drinks on us.
Later.
All right, buddy. See you.
ya.
Congrats.
Get some rest. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.